It wasn't all that long ago that if you wanted an all-wheel drive hardcore performance car, your choices were limited to a Subaru WRX STI or a Mitsubishi Evolution 10. But now we have this. For around $51,000, this is the all-new 2016 Ford Focus RS. Now, the big change here is that this is all-wheel drive compared to front-wheel drive of the previous generation. It's sporting a 2.3-litre four-cylinder turbocharged engine with 257 kilowatts of power and 440 Newton-meters of torque. It'll do 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds with launch control. Now, if you look at it, it looks like something that came out of a WRC training school. Now, in my opinion, it even goes faster than it looks. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice in the new Focus RS are the interior plastics, because they're basically the same as the normal Focus, and that's not really a good thing. However, all you have to do is put it in first or second gear and give it a bootful, because it sounds fantastic. And it's not just that, the crackles from the exhaust. Just have a listen here. Oh dear, like seriously, that is supercar sounding material. I am just so amazed by how well this thing goes around corners. Having all-wheel drive obviously helps, but these Michelin Pilot Cup Sport tyres, which are about a $2.5 grand option on this car, are also absolutely superb. There is so much grip mid-corner, you feel like you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And when it's time to stop, these brakes, like wow, for a $50,000 car, and I have been hammering it up and down this mountain for about an hour, and there's basically no fade. It is quite an impressive feat. Now, there was a time where I would say this style of driving would only be possible in an Evo or an STI, but seriously, this thing has not only bettered them, but it's almost at the level of an Audi RS3, which is a good $40,000 more. So just buy one. When you're really giving it some and you've got your foot all the way down for a good second or so, you actually go into what is called overboost, which will give you about 470 Newton-meters of torque. And you really feel it. This is a 2.3-litre engine, so that extra bit of capacity makes a huge difference. One of the more interesting things about this car are its driving modes. Now, I'm currently in normal. You can flick between that, sport, track, and drift. Now, you wouldn't think there would be a drift mode in an all-wheel drive car, but I tell you what, this does it really well. Of course, the car is not just perfect. There are some issues. For example, the clutch is super light. The gearbox itself could be a little bit more rigid, but you could forgive all those issues because overall, the car really is quite fantastic. For about 50 grand, I really couldn't think of a better car I'd rather drive around a mountain.